Welcome back to Sawdust and More. Today we're going to explore the more side of sawdust, and we're going to replace a couple of these fluorescent fixtures in my shop. So we're going to start in our painting room. So we've already started building a table, trying to get this room the way we want it to be. So one of the next steps is to replace some of these old fluorescent lights with this new LED. So as you can tell, we have drop ceilings, and I've already taken the tiles out. Now let's unbox the light and get it wired up. Now that we have the new light out of the box, it's time to remove the old light. So what I would recommend is turning off the breaker so you have no power going to the light. Now that you've got the breaker off, the light has no power going to it, so let's disconnect some wires. All right guys, there's several ways you can go about this. The easiest way is, now that you've got the breaker off, just cut the cable. We'll deal with this once we've got it out of the ceiling. So sorry about the low light in here, but you can tell most of our lights are laying here on the bench, so you understand. The next step we need to do is open this up, get our little Romex connector out. If we had bought a new connector, we would not be taking this light apart, we'd just be installing it in the new one. First we're going to take these clamps up, open her up, and look inside. We need to take the lights out so we can get this main center panel out. Just one light will do. Take this other light out and show you. This is the lights we're getting close to needing to be replaced. Anytime you see a fluorescent light with the burnt ends, that means the light's getting ready to go out on you. So this is one of the main reasons I'm swapping these out. So next we'll take this center panel out, just squeeze it. So if you've never seen the inside of a fluorescent, they're basically powered by a ballast, which is fed by the power from the house. Okay, so let's remove this little access panel here, and then we'll knock the knockouts out and add our Romex connector. All our wires to power the new fixture are in here. They were even kind enough to give us a couple of wire nuts. So let's take the connector. We'll just pick one. There's 4 there. These are made for looping in and out of, but we're not going to be looping. It's a dead end direct connection. No looping out of this one, so pops right out. Some are easier than others. Put the connector in here, and then we put the nut on the back side. Once we get it up in the ceiling, we'll put this back in and connect all the wires. One of the things that I highly recommend is cutting off these soldered tips. These are not going to be very practical once we get up in the ceiling, and that you're going to need more length than that. Tackling this project, you already know how to strip wires, but I will show you my technique for wrapping the stranded wire that's in the fixture and the solid wire that's going to be in your house, most likely. So what I like to do is I like to even up the insulation and leave just a little bit of the stranded sticking out on the top. And then we're going to wrap these together, leaving just a little bit of the stranded sticking out the top. Give those a good twist. Make sure they're not coming loose. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the rest of them. Okay, guys, as you can see, it came on. All we got to do now is get all the rest of our junk off our ceiling tile so we can put that ceiling tile back up. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around and helping me out tonight. Looks like we've got this one completed, and we'll see you next time.